Yo, what's up guys, Ravi here, and in today's video guys, we're talking about the MW2 gameplay reveal guys, which many of you guys know, I actually was not really a fan of the original MW2. I know it's super controversial to say that, right? And I know a lot of people hold the original MW2 as like the best Call of Duty of all time. But in my opinion, I don't think MW2 was it, to be honest. Like, the weapons were broken in that game. Like noob tubes, all that type of stuff. People have admitted countlessly that if it was released in this day and age, nobody would have liked it. The color palette was just dead. Like, it was literally gray. It was so grayed out, and anytime I played at a buddy's house, I just did not like it, right? I did like Black Ops 1. I was a big fan of Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time, for sure, and I only got to play that game at my buddy's house, right? So, Call of Duty Ghost was technically my first actual Call of Duty game that I owned. So, I grew up with a Wii and a DS, like most people in my generation did, right? Like, I grew up on Mario, man. Mario was it. Mario and Luigi RPG series. I grew up on all that type of stuff, right? So, I never really was interested in Call of Duty that much. Like, I would play it at my buddy's house, stuff like that, but other than that, I wouldn't really go on it. So when I got my Xbox One, I was like, alright, I'll give Call of Duty a bigger shot other than just playing it every now and then. And I guess this just shows how nostalgia can trick you, because I actually liked Call of Duty Ghost. And definitely the reason why was because it was my first Call of Duty that was actually mine, right? But after I gave it some time, I started to realize, wait, this game really wasn't that good. After I went back and played a bit more BO1 and I played BO3, which is my favorite Call of Duty of all time, I played a bit more of these games. I was like, yo, honestly, Ghost is not it. Putting a UAV on the ground, the perk system was pretty good, but other than that, the color palette was worse than MW2. The maps were way too big. It was just a bad game, and it seemed like Infinity Ward was missing after missing. So honestly, in my opinion, all of Infinity Ward's games have been pretty bad, except for Modern Warfare 2019. And I know a lot of people hate this game just because YouTubers say they don't like it, but I don't really go based off of other people's opinions, right? I go based off of my opinion. And in my opinion, Modern Warfare 2019 is the most fun that I've had on a boots-in-the-ground Call of Duty game since Black Ops 1. BO4 was also pretty fun, but there's a few things that I didn't like in that game. So overall, MW 2019 was awesome, and from what I've seen from the MW2 gameplay, the new one coming out, MW2 2022, it's looking pretty good, except for the fact that the guy playing it was a complete bot. Oh my gosh, I don't know who they have doing these campaign reveals, but like, it's like they want to make it so cinematic that it just looks like trash. Like, the guy was playing so slow. Like, he's playing like a typical multiplayer person, which no wonder they build maps with doors and stuff if that's the developers testing the game, right? They can't even play their own game properly. But basically, it looks pretty good except for actually looking good, if that makes sense. Like, the gameplay looks sick and it sounds sick, but the graphics don't really look that good. And I blame that completely on texture streaming. Call me old school, and I'm not even that old, but I miss the days where you just download the high resolution texture pack and that would be it. You're not doing any streaming your textures live. That's all like cool and all, but it doesn't really bring down the game file that much. Like, you should just not be making 100 GB games in the first place. Learn how to optimize your engine better, right? I prefer always being able to download a high resolution texture pack rather than having to stream it, because Modern Warfare 2022 is already looking pretty bad due to this new texture streaming feature that they've implemented in their games. Call of Duty Vanguard was another victim of this, which is why Vanturd looks pretty damn bad half the time because of this new texture streaming stuff. So overall, MW2 looks pretty sick gameplay wise, but from a graphical standpoint, it's not looking the best. But I think from what I've heard, it's going to be a little bit faster than MW 2019, right? Which I discussed in previous videos. So it's looking pretty good. By the way, guys, if you haven't told already by my last few gameplays, Rust has to be my favorite map of all time. One of my favorite maps of all time, honestly, even though I hated the original MW2. Sorry to the boomers for that one.